gati gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na guruh paramam shishurasmi guru matirasmi guru mama pahi guru Satchidanantarupaya Vishvotpatyati hetave Tabatraya vinashaya Sri Krishnaya vayam namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranadah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Yam Pravrajjantamanubedamabedakrityam Dvaipayano Virahakadara Ajuhava Putredi Tanmayataya Taravo Binedustam Sarvabhuta Hrudayam Munimanatosmi Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayetah Sarvebhyah Namaskaraha. In chapter 12 of Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavada Purana, we saw that Brahmadeva meditated on Bhagavan Srimad Narayana because he was worried how to proceed this creation or how to proceed with the creation of the beings. And at that time, two forms, that is, one, the form of Swayambhuva Manu, and the other, the form of Shatarupa, appeared before him. They came from the body of Brahmadeva and they obeyed all the orders of Brahmadeva, that is their father, and they had as a couple, because Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa were the first human couples of this creation. And they together as a couple created 5 children. They brought out 5 offsprings, 2 sons and 3 daughters. And now Sri Vidura, he was hearing all this from sage Maitreya, isn't it? And Sri Vidura now questioned, what did Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa do after that? Because they were the first human couples in this creation. And sage Maitreya very well appreciated the questions of Sri Vidura. Any good teacher will do that. When they ask a question, when the students ask a question, they appreciate the students. And like that, sage Maitreya appreciated Vidura, and you know what Bhagavada tells about Sri Vidura? Bhagavada addresses Vidura as Sahasra Shirshna Charanobadhanam, that is, one who had 1,000 heads, that is Bhagavan. He placed his feet on the laps of Sri Vidura, and this incident happened in Mahabharata. There is once, as emissary for the Pandavas, Bhagavan Sri Krishna went to the palace of Dhritarashtra, and King Dhritarashtra as well as Duryodhana, they both invited Bhagavan Sri Krishna to their palace, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna rejected both of it, and instead he went to the palace of Sri Vidura. So in the night after dinner, Bhagavan was lying like that, and Vidura, he placed the feet of Bhagavan on his laps and massaged it. So that was Sahasra Shishna, that is one who has that 1,000 heads, more, that is infinite heads, legs and hands. And he, Bhagavan, he placed his feet on the laps of Sri Vidura, and Sri Vidura massaged it. And so Bhagavada addresses Vidura as, or describes Vidura as Sahasra Shirshna Charanobadhanam. His laps was the resting place of Bhagavan with 1,000 heads, it says. And Maitreya explained what Shatarupa and Swayambhuva Manu do after that. Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they went to Brahmadeva and they asked, what is our duty now? What should we do now? And Brahmadeva was so pleased by this behavior of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, just like any humble child approaches their parents and asks what to do now. He asked, and Brahmadeva was so pleased with her behavior, and he said, Satvamasyama patyani sadrushanyatmano gunaihi utpadyashada dharmena gam yagnai purusham yaja. He said to Swayambhuva Manu, beget in Shatarupa children equal to you in all respects. Equal to you in all respects means equal to you in humbleness, in the humility, discipline, everything. Beget in Shatarupa many children like you and fill this world. And protect this earth according to Dharma. Worship the Lord by performing yajna. So these three orders Brahmadeva gave to his son Swayambhuva Manu and daughter-in-law Shatarupa. Shatarupa is owned by Swayambhuva Manu. And so as a couple, they went to their duty is to bring many more offsprings like themselves, because their behavior, discipline, humility, everything was so much liked by his father Brahmadeva. And Brahmadeva also said that if you do this, it will be you are doing a best service for me, and at the same time, Bhagavan Srimad Narayana will be also pleased by this. So you please go and beget in Shatarupa many more offsprings like this. Immediately, Swayambhuva Manu asked, but where will I go? The Mahi, that is the earth, is submerged in the water of deluge. And during this creation process, Brahmadeva was so much involved in the creation process, and he did not notice that the earth went till the Rasadhala. No one can lift Mahi from there. So what to do? Where will I go and stay and beget many offsprings? With the Shatarupa, the Swayambhuva Manu questions Brahmadeva. Then only Brahmadeva realized that the planet Earth is submerged in the water of deluge. So, as usual, Brahmadeva meditated on Bhagavan. When he was meditating, concentrating on Bhagavan, Yityabhidyayato nasa vivarat sahasanakha varahato go niragha tangushta parimanakaha. When he was worshipping like this, and all his children like Marishi and Kashyapa Rishis, everyone are surrounding him, even the Sanat Kumaras, they were all surrounding Brahmadeva. And when Brahmadeva was meditating like that, he saw Ankushta Matra, the size of a thumb, a small being in the form of a boar, wild boar. It came out from the nasa, that is from the nostril of Brahmadeva. They all were so surprised. Kasta kshanena gajamatra pravriddhe. In a second, in a moment, it grew in the size of a big elephant. And they were so tat mahat adbhutam abhut. They all were saying in wonder, what is it? It came in the form of a small creature, and it immediately grew in the big size in the form of a boar. And so each one of them began to identify it as this or that. But no one could find the right answer. And at that time, Brahmadeva said, is it Yajna Bhagavan? Is it the incarnation of Bhagavan Srimad Narayana? Who else can do wonder other than like this? When he said that, Bhagavan Garjaha, he gave a wild roar, confirming that it is Yajna Bhagavan, Varaha Murti, Yajna Murti. So when they identified this as Bhagavan Srimad Narayana in the form of Yajna Murti, they all chanted the Vedic hymns. They all chanted Vedic mantras, sang many hymns. They all worshipped this Varaha Murti. And immediately Bhagavan, so hard and so, right like a rock, he began to plunge into the water of deluge to retrieve the earth. उत्क्षिप्तवालकचरकठोरः सडा विद्युन्वत्कररोमसत्वक् हुराहताम्रसितत्तंश्र इक्षाज्योतिर्बभासे भगवान् महिद्रः. Ukshiptavalaha, with his tail raised, with his raised tail. Kacharaha, in akasha, katoraka, hard as rock. Sada vidyunvat. Sada means it is the manes, that is the hair which we can see in the back of the horses, that is manes. And in Bhagavan, that hair is very strong and that is trembling. Kara Roma Sattvaka, his skin was so hard with rigid, sharp bristles. Huraha Tambra. Huraha Tambra means Ambra means the sky and the clouds. And with his hooves, he was separating, moving of those clouds. And Sita Damshra, he has white sparkling tusks. Iksha Jodir Bhabhase, with bright shining eyes. Bhagavan Mahidraha, he is the uplifter of earth, uplifter of Mahi. He was the Rupa of that Varaha Murti is described like this. Bhagavan in the size of a big mountain, so hard and just like a Shilaghanta, like a very hard rock, big in size like an elephant, with very sharp, hard bristles, and his skin was so rigid and rough, and he plunged into the water of deluge, moving the water with his strong hooves. And I think it is Bhagavan, Narayana Murti in the form of Varaha Murti. He taught how to swim in the water, and he was moving the water with his hooves and sniffing like this, because he is in the form of the animal. And in the last video we saw that the animals, they have the peculiar Gandha Shakti, there's peculiar sense to smell. He was smelling like this and went up to the Rasatala, and he lifted Mahi, that blue planet in which we all are there doing our different karmas. This planet was lifted from the water of deluge by that Varaha Murti. He lifted that earth, Mahi, and placed in between his sharp, sparkling white tusks. When he was standing like that, an Ashura demon, he came and attacked him, and that Ashura was Hiranyakshaka. He attacked Bhagavan, but Bhagavan in turn, he gave just a push and he died. That Ashura died then and there. And Hiranyaksha, the first demon of this creation, he was killed like that. And Bhagavan, he very safely placed Mahi in between his tusks, and he swam back to the surface of the water. So all the time when Bhagavan, he went into the water and he searched for Mahi, and he uplifted Mahi and placed it on his white sparkling tusks, all the time, all the rishis, the Prajapatis, the other children of Brahmadeva, the Sanat Kumaras, everyone, they were chanting Vedic hymns. They were praising the glory of Bhagavan. They were chanting Vedic hymns. And Bhagavan, lifting that earth, he came back to the surface of the water. It was such a beautiful sight to see. That dark, hard-skinned Bhagavan, in the size of a big elephant, that Varaha Murti in the form of Varaha, that is the wild boar, standing on that water, on the surface of the water, placing this blue planet on his white sparkling tusk. It was such a great sight for the rishis and all the people surrounding there, standing on the banks to see how the earth is lifted from the water of deluge. And all these rishis and prajapatis, everyone, they sang a hymn praising the act of Bhagavan, Srimad Narayana, in the form of varaha murti. Jitam jitam te jita yajna bhavana trahim tanum swam paridunvate namaha yadromagardeshu nilidyuradvaraha tasmai nama karana suharayate. So they all said, Jitam, Jitam, praise, praise, oh unconquerable one. You are the embodiment of the yajnas. You are the Veda Murti. The Vedas constitute your body. All the sacrifices, that is the yajna or the pores on you, or latent in your pores. Oh Varahamurti, salutations to you. Like this, they praised Bhagavan because Bhagavan lifted the earth from the water of deluge. And they also said, all the Vedic meters or your skin, the sacrificial grass is your hair, and the ghee pot or your eyes, the sacrificial priest, that they are your legs, and the different that is the vessels used in yajnas, they are your nose, stomach, ears, mouth, and the different yajnas like Agnistoma, Shodashi, Vajapeya, etc. are your dhatus, and the Shastras are your joints. So you are the manifestation of all the mantras. The earth resting on the ends of your tusk shines like a lotus lifted with its cluster of leaves by the tusk of an elephant who is doing water sports inside the lake and emerging from the lake. It looked like that. So you look like a boar, but you are the embodiment of Vedas. So the Varaha avatara of Bhagavan is the embodiment of Vedas. That's how the Bhagavada described the Varaha Murti. And they said that all these rishis, these children of Brahmadeva, they said, Samstapayainam jagadam sadastyusham lokaya patrimasi mataram pita videma chasyai namasasaha tvaya yasyam tvate jognimi varanavadha. They said that this earth is our mata, that is Mataram, she is our mother, because she allows us to do our karmas on her. What all we do, she just bear all that. She is so patient with us. And whatever we do, she never complains. She is our mother. She is our mother. Only because of her, only when we reside on her, we are able to have this form and do many karmas. She is our mother. And you are the bharta of that mother. That is, bharta means one who supports. So you supported her. So you are our father. So Bhagavan, Varahamurti, is our father. And Mahi, this earth, is our mother. So you are standing before us. And now please establish this earth on the surface of the water of deluge, they all said. Immediately, Yajnamurti, that is the Varaha Murti, placed with so much of care and respect, he placed the earth on the surface of the water and established her. And he gave her all the powers so that she can support all the beings living on her. Millions and billions of beings of different varieties, types, and numbers are living on this earth, not only living, doing different karmas, sometimes disturbing the earth also. So she bears all that with patience, and that is because of her nature as well as the power given to her by Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. So you are our father and mother, and you have established her on the surface of that water of Jalud. And Bhagavan Sriman Narayana accepted all the salutations of the rishis and the Prajapatis and the children of Brahmadeva, everyone, and the Sanat Kumaras. He accepted all that. And as an acceptance, he just shook off his body. And his body were all with complete sharp bristles. And he came from the water of Delhi, from the deep ocean, isn't it? So the water drops were there on his bristles. And when he shook his body, it also sprayed on the people who are around him. They all showered just like rain on all of them. And they all were purified by that, because it is Bhagavan Sriman Narayana in that Yajna Murti form. He is the embodiment of Vedas. Even when we chant Vedas, we are purified. So the water sprinkled from the body of Bhagavan, it purified everyone around, and they were all so happy. They were all worshipping Bhagavan, saluting Bhagavan, and at that time, Varaha Murti disappeared from them. That form disappeared from their vision. So the sole purpose of this avatara, Varaha avatara of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, is to support this earth, to bring back the earth, Mahi, from the water of deluge, and he, as Varaha Murti, established the earth on the surface of the water of deluge. After that, all the rishis, the prajapatis, and all of them, they worshipped Bhagavan, and they also went. So one who with devotion hear the Varaha avatar of Bhagavan, and one who narrate this avatar of Bhagavan with devotion is blessed by the Varaha Murti, the father, and the mother, the earth. So with this ends chapter 13 of Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavada Mahapurana. I will continue with the rest of the chapters of this canto in my next upload. Shri Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.